Well, good morning. Everybody knows, or most people know, that I can paint. Well, we're doing a quick down and dirty finish on this Flite Streak. We don't want to spend a whole lot of time. So I'm using primer. I don't use primer on my stunt ships because it's too heavy. But it makes it a whole lot easier to see where you are. Now I've shot 3 coats of sandable primer on these wood. You don't want to put primer in the open base. It's a total waste of time. So you want to just put it on the hardwood surfaces. And we'll sand this with 320. I haven't done the fillets on the bottom yet. We'll get this all sanded off. The week and the day old today. So anybody says that they ain't got time to build airplanes is lying. I haven't worked on this. Got about 30 hours in it, I would imagine. That's what I say, 30 hours. Let me get this little block. I buy these, I got to buy some more of them from Sherman-Williams. I buy these little hard sanding pads. Not quite drying up there. Hey, Roy. We'll be painting this probably tomorrow. Because the trick is to have this airplane to take out to the field just to fly. I've got to run my engine today on my PA airplane to see if my exhaust modification was correct. I'm hoping, you know, I think I'm right. There's nothing wrong with those motors, engines, whatever you want to call them. And the only thing that's the same was the exhaust pipe. I basically made it flow through. The 20-point Flite Streak. We ain't going for 20. We'll go for 15 or 16. This is that Harbor Freight primer. It's not bad. It doesn't have as much xylene in it because my hands aren't tingling as much as DC 540, but for $7 a can, I won't be using much of it. DC 540 was, I think, when I first started using it, was $1.80. Then it went to 2 something, and when they quit making it, it was 3 something, and it was much better stuff than just about anything that I found. We got 10 watchers already. Still too soft. Oh well. It certainly don't dry as fast as DC 540. So if you don't think finishing an airplane is expensive, let's figure out the cost of just what I got on this model, or what I'm going to have on this model. So a quart of dope, quart of clear. I think that's 20. We'll say $25 for ease of figuring it out. And it'll take a half a gallon of thinner, so that's another $25. So there's 50. I've got can of primer, $58 total. This is $8, $7.95. $58 plus pint of red paint, which red is real expensive, but we'll say $10. That's $68. A can of 2K clear is $20. That's $88. This finish on this airplane will be $150. The finish costs more than the kit, because you got to throw in the sandpaper, and paint's expensive. So this little airplane will be a $500 airplane when it's done. I wish this paint would dry faster. Shit. And I guess if you think about it, back when we were flying, this would be a $50 airplane, so it's about right. It's when these things become a $5,000 airplane. So it's been, I'll do the, get the top ready in this video, and I'll work on getting the fillets on in the next video on the bottom. Because it's only four fillets. Uh-oh, we got booger on here. Hey, came right off good. Shit. Shit. I guess I could put the fillets on it while I'm waiting for the bottom, the top to dry. So we're gonna have to have this out of the way. Tape that over there. Tape it. I'm gonna have to order some more tape. Let's mix up some. I was gonna do it different, but I'm gonna mix up the super fill. We'll fill this bottom, and then as it's drying, I'll be sanding the top because I think I can get away with that. I think I can get away with that. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, I guess. In the rough. We want to do this too. In the rough. James Sparky, I remember my first Flite Streak. Terry Boggs helped me build it. You and him knew building model airplanes better than anyone. I hope to learn your skills. Well, I tell everything. You know, I don't. I show you the easiest way to do stuff. There's a lot of ways to do things, but I found that my way is the easy way. Of course, you know, maybe somebody else thinks that their way is the easy way. But if you do it my way, you'll get good results. That's all that counts. So we got to be careful because the landing gear goes there. So we need a small fillet so I don't have any interference. Otherwise, I have to grind the fillet material out. Yeah, my building skills are from a lifetime of mistakes. I've made them all, or damn near all of them. Let's just go to there. The difference between a practitioner and a craftsman is knowing how to fix the mistakes you make. Because there's going to be mistakes and lots of them. If you'll notice when you're watching my videos, I'll make a mistake and I'll have a fix for it instantly. I've either made that mistake in the past or through deductive skills, figured out the best way to do stuff. Okay, let's mix up some superfill. And we want just enough for 4 fillets. And that'll go real quick. Then I'll flip it over and keep sanding. Well, even if you've been away for 15 years, it's all the same. It'll come back to you very quickly. Years ago, I won't mention his name, but years ago there was a top flyer in this area. Top flyer. It hadn't flown for 40 years. I didn't know him. I called him on the phone and I invited him out to the field. And I let him fly my good airplane. Because I know for a fact that this is just like riding a bicycle. Once you learn how to do it, you don't forget. I mean, he wasn't any good, but he didn't crash. And I had all the confidence in the world that he wouldn't hit the ground. I let him fly my good airplane, too. Okay. We're going to mix this up rather hot, more along the 50-50 side than 2-to-1, because I want this to dry or cure really quick. I want to get this job done. There we go. Should be enough. Of course. Got to clean this place up. This schedule of streaming kind of hinders me from getting stuff done around, that I need to do. You know what I don't understand is when I was working, how I got so much done. Now that I'm not working, I can't get shit done. What's the deal? It ain't like I'm sitting around watching TV. Okay, we got this mixed up here. We'll throw on 4 fillets, flip her over, and keep sanding. Got to have a little fillet here, just very slight fillet right there. That's where the landing gear goes. Forgot I got to do this edge too. Hopefully we'll have enough. If not, well, we'll use acryl green. I get rid of these. Yeah, we'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, we may have enough for that. Maybe. No, we want to go around here. That's where I drilled my dowel in there. Yeah, we'll just cut it with a razor blade. Arnie. Okay, I've answered this question 10 times now or more. I put the silk span over the poly span so that it took less dope to fill, because poly span takes a lot of dope to fill and it gives you the fuzzies. So to make it easy, I just added silk span over the top of it. I'm going to have to do a complete video of why I put silk span over the top of the poly span. Probably gained 1/4 ounce more doing that. But to me, well worth it. Silk span takes 3 coats of dope to fill. Poly span takes 6, 8 coats of dope to fill to get a real nice finish. Okay, so now you let that set but I'm going to do these seams right here. And by the time I get those seams done, we'll come back with alcohol and smooth those fillets out. And hopefully we don't have too much sanding on it. So on the bottom side, we're going to make this different. We're going to let me take that off there. We're going to make this very narrow. I did a real long build out on the top, but we'll just do a short build up on the bottom. Quarter inch instead of 3/4 of an inch. That's just to blend that line in so it looks good. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Robin. No, I have not used Mylar. I've seen it done. It works. It works. The the $1,000 Flite Streak. Maybe I'll look for Ted DiBiase, the million dollar man. I'll look for the logo and make this is a super streak. We'll do a logo like Ted DiBiase's logo, the $1,000,000 streak. Whoever ends up with this is gonna really like it. Pro stunt Flite Streak. I had no idea this Flite Streak series would have such a following. All right. So now it's just a matter of smoothing this stuff out to have less work to do. Less sanding. Okay, do I have anything on the top I need to touch up? I don't think so. Not true. Got to do that right there. Got to do that right there. It's going to be hard to do. You got it. We got it. It'll be hard to sand, but we got it. I have to get a little file and get in there. Okay, so now I want to smooth this shit out. Okay, 91 proof percent. Better stop. That's good enough. Good enough. Thanks, Steve. Damn. Better leave it like that and sand it. Leave it. Sand it. Can't have that. Can't have that. There we go. That's it. Let's see what he says here. Don't stationary flaps essentially turn the airfoil into a polywog. No, not if you, you know, I'm doing it. I'm blending them into the trailing edge right now. It'll be fine. So, so. I need to sand that off. Yeah, I think we'll be all right. Not, I can always fix it. Always fix it. You know what? I didn't alcohol this spot right here. I certainly don't want to do more sanding than I have to there. This build is almost achievable for most of us, me especially, as versus the vectors. I haven't fared well with my ringmasters trying to get back to flying. Should be afraid. I would be afraid to hook lines to the streak. Yeah. There it is. There it is. You know, I think I might add a head shim to my 65 too. Tame that puppy down a little bit. Okay. Mucho sanding today. Mucho sanding today. I don't know why you say almost achievable. I mean, I've shown everything how to do this stuff. Should all be achievable. Just a matter of determination. Now you look, I sanded this here and it almost looks like plastic here. That's what I want the whole airplane to look like that. Now I'm debating, because I have so much of this Createx paint, I'm debating whether to do a red dope paint job or a water-based Createx paint job. Because they're going to urethane over the top of it. Perfect. It came out good. I had that big notch right there in the rudder where I narked it. Perfect. Am I tearing this up? Nope. Good. This was the right call. So today's a day of sanding. I will make a decision on paint. I really kind of feel that I need to seal it with dope, just because of I just don't trust that water-based stuff. Okay, I gotta drink water. Get out of here, flies, fleas. Cat has fleas, and I've seen soft fleas crawling on me. This is a cat-free zone. I noticed something else about this elevator. It took a wonk. So we need to straighten that up so it hinges nicely. Yeah. And how I'll do that is with this long bar. Wow, it really did. Unbelievably how much. I bet that was a 3/16 of an inch. Okay. Not a big deal. It'll be fine. Still a little. Maybe this is a little. No, not much. That's better. That's way better. Maybe just a little bit more. And that's even locking it up with Z-Epoxy, and it's still hooped like that. Perfect. There we go. More better. Okay. Put this together and see what it looks like. Ah. Gonna have 5 hinges in this, but I just got 3 in here for now. All right, much better. Got to have smooth controls. Okay, that's fixed. Work on this now. Let me grab some 180, I guess. Take forever getting this now. That's coming in. I wish you were here to see this, because this is how you know it's coming in. The primer line has gone away and the blue is coming up and the primer line's gone away, so it's feathered in. Over here you see primer, then a low spot, and then a low spot. So you just keep sanding until all that blends. Teaching sanding in person is hard enough, but teaching it over the internet is damn near impossible. And it is an art. I mean, to be able to sand. I think I'd like to get a job sanding. Of course, then I wouldn't want to sand. You got to do it. I need to get a job teaching how to sand. I think the biggest thing in sanding is knowing what grit sandpaper to use and when and why. Like I'm using 180 here. I have a lot of material to move. If I had to move more material, I'd use 80 grit. And then you get down to a spot and you stop and then start blending out the scratches that you've made. Because, yeah, you could do this with 320, but it'd take all afternoon to get that down. I ain't got no stinking time for that shit. That's perfect. That's perfect. I got the camera overhead here. Maybe that will show you a little bit. And zoom in. Okay, if you look right here, I don't know if I can zoom in anymore or not. Kind of gets blurry, but if you look right here, you see primer, then the superfill, and then primer. That's when you stop. You don't just keep going until it's gone because you want to leave some material on there. So I'm going to continue doing this with the 180 until I get to here. Then I'm going to come back with a 320 and shade this all so that it's all light gray. Better zoom out. And you can see it, like right here, just starting to break through the light blue. And if you look here, it's dark, light, dark, it's splotchy. So, but you don't want to do that with 180. We're going to come back with 320 here in a second. And then I'll show you what happens when I hit it with primer. It'll look like plastic. Okay, so that's the 180. This is the 320. See all them splotches becoming the same color? That's because they're leveling out. Yep, that's perfect. What? Now I'm sanding with my hand. I would suggest if you're a new sander to use a block because you can dig holes in it. If you take the sandpaper and you notice the direction of my fingers and you sand this way, you'll get 3 grooves in it. But if you sand this way, as long as you're moving it, you can get it pretty flat. There are some times that you got to sand that way, though. We're almost ready for, I mean, this is real close to a dust coat before paint. Oh, shit. Oh, that'd be fine. So now we're back to where I need a block. This is going to have some aqua green in it right there. Right there. We got the fuzzies here from the polish band on the trailing edge. Yeah, I'll just let that go. Okay, so now I'm going to get this fuselage side right here. Shit. Getting my hand into it. Remember, a paint job is never finished, it's only abandoned, so. I'll get it close and shoot it to see what it looks like. I got the candidate for Ackle right there too. Candidate for Ackle. Can't sand that until that other shit dries. So well, have you guys picked up anything? Been on at this for an hour. Making progress, just slow. So once again, this was double covered to get away from the fuzzies. You don't have to do it. I mean, I've done it the other way. I just didn't want to deal with fuzzies on this. I wanted to get her done. Get her done. Let's see what it says here. Sanding is 99% of the paint job. A monkey can spray paint. How can you get a $395 paint job from Mako? They ain't sanding. So if I was going to go to Mako to get my car painted, I would do all the body work and sand the car and tape it myself. Drive it in and pay the $395 to have them shoot it. Or I'd give them an extra $100 and let me shoot it. Bring my own paint. Bring my own paint. Wonder how that's going to work. Well, believe it or not, this Flite Streak has brought in some new subscribers and some new members, and I really appreciate the membership. So if you're not a member, please consider joining, becoming a member. It's $4.95 a month. It's a cup of coffee. A lot of work goes into this stuff. This is information you'll get nowhere else. I have looked at all over YouTube and I can't find anybody. I mean, I've seen information, but it's bad information. I have won the concourse trophy, so if you aspire to do that, to join me and Wendy in the same club. Wendy's I need another winner. I'll never catch Wendy. Wendy's in a class by himself. But he likes to put too much paint on though. It takes paint to have a super nice paint job, but the airplanes get heavy. And I just ain't into that. So the trick is to have a light airplane and a nice finish. Now this airplane will be a little bit overweight, but we don't care because it's so small, overpowered. You know, I think these have got down to, get out of here, fly. 26 ounces. I'm figuring this one's going to be in its 30s. We'll see. As soon as I get this done, we'll get it all together, get it on a scale, and see what I got left for paint. Because if it's going to be 40 and up, it's overweight. Not enough wing here. Sanding is painting. Sanding is painting. Let's see. No, we still ain't got that. Gotta get that. I know. Let's hit it with a little primer and see if it goes away. That won't go. That won't. Take this downstairs and put it in my car and have it all dry out while I work on my engine. I think I'm, like I say, I think I'm going to add a head shim to the 65, tame it back. When I ran it on 7.5% nitro, it just, ooh, I didn't like that. You know you're going to need nitro at the nats, so if it can't handle 7.5 here, actually it looks pretty good. Let's hit it with a little primer, see what it looks like. See if we got it. Do the other side after I get this primed. Okay, we got the dust off. Let's get some ATX. Yeah. Maybe all right. It may be okay. Okay. See how this half looks? That spot right there. Yeah, looks pretty bueno. Spot right there. Let's see. We'll put this in the car and get her heated up. Okay, work on the other side now. It looks decent. A little bit of funk going on here. When this dries, we'll get a weight on this and see how much weight I've added from bare bones to tissue, fillets, paint, primer. I'm saying it's about 2.5 to 3 ounces. Should be a 6-ounce finish, and that's a lot for this little airplane. But I want it to look real nice. But not a 16-ounce finish. We get some funk going on here. After I get this to my liking, where all this looks good, I'll go around and hit it with the acro green and hit it into the little spots that need it, and then just spot prime it. And then we'll put a sealer on it. Sealer coated clear spray dope. And then it's off to the races. It's either that red dope, which I got plenty of. I got a gallon of it. Or Createx water-based paint. It looks pretty good. Sendo the bando. That's right. As my dad would say, God damn it, Robert, it's got to be perfect. But for this little Flite Streak, we're not gonna make it perfect. We'll just make it close. I don't want to spend more than a day on the finish on this. I'm not gonna spend weeks and weeks and weeks doing this. Yeah, it feels good. I got it taped up. I've still got to build a tank. I mean, we're gonna go. I got to get back to tanks and landing gear. So after this project, well, today we'll be getting this ready. I'm going to show how to put extra head shims in an engine, which is no big deal. I mean, I got a lot of work to do. Then I got to get back on tanks and landing gear. But with this project on the bench, I just can't, because the landing gear, the composites takes up the whole bench. Shit, I got overspray on this, so well. Oh well, we'll wipe it off with thinner. This is the tank for it right here. Half a tank. Need to make some end caps. Sendo. And these, when the airplane gets this close, this is when it becomes exciting. You're finally going to see the end of the tunnel. Here. Oh, we got some buggers there. I think I'll get some acryl out and get them filled now. Get it drying. Oh, shit, put fingerprints in it. Wasn't quite dry. Be handling like that. Okay, got him. I got him. Now, you'll notice that Wendy, he paints everything silver and he gets it looking like a piece of aluminum. Don't do that. That's how the airplanes end up heavy. Silver paint is ground aluminum, so you're spraying on metal onto your airplane. That's first off. Second off, if you go back and watch Wendy videos and you see all the problems that they have with pull-ups, that's because silver paint is the worst. It has the worst adhesion of any paint. Now, the bad thing about primer is it's gypsum. It's rock. So primer is rock. So is red paint. It's brick, but or clay. So you kind of want to be sparing with any of the primer or the silver. But I completely stay away from silver because it offers nothing but problems. I would love to see Wendy do one of my 1 quart finishes. I don't think he could help himself. But is he capable? Absolutely. I mean, they would be, because he's a sander, they'd be absolutely beautiful. Because Wendy understands that painting is sanding. but he just needs to stand back from the paint gun a little bit. So if you want a light finish, I don't recommend using primer. I'm doing a fast finish. Don't use talcum powder. Don't use primer. Don't use silver. Use the lightest thing that you can, clear dope. That's it. I didn't believe that when it was told to me, but I'm a firm believer now. But it's a lot of work. This airplane was the Z-epoxy finish. And what that does is it keeps the wood from soaking up the dope. But it's a heavier finish, but it is much faster. I forgot. This was 14 ounces before Z-epoxy. So if we're at 17, we're doing great. Let's weigh it up. Let's weigh it up. Got a spot right there I don't like, but there's nothing I can do about it. I've sanded it and it just gets worse. And they do all this prep work that I'm doing here. And the very first coat of paint that you put on it, you go, it's terrible. And then you got to go around and fix all the buggers. That is the way it goes. I'll be able to tell you the weight of this airplane here in just a second. Finished. Completely done. See how bad I'm off track. Oh shit. This goes up here. Tear. Okay. Tear. So far we've gained 3 ounces, 3.5 ounces of paint, and That from the bare wood to what we have here, again, 3.5 ounces. So let's see. So we're going to gain another 2 anyway. Let's see what this thing's going to weigh. 17.7. There. Where's the other wheel? Come on. You know it's here. Starting to piss me off here. Much crap on the bench. Get over here. Yeah, that's good. So let's put the Johnson on there. Now this Johnson's an ounce heavier, so we take an ounce off. I don't know where the other one is. 27. There's the other wheel. 17, 27, 28, 29. Gonna be 34 ounces. Kind of a porker, but it'll be nice. All up weight, 34 ounces, I think. 34, 35. It'll be fun to play with. Once I can sand some more of the primer off. Okay, where's my acrylic? Shit. There it is. Sendu. What do you guys think? Go for a killer finish? Or go for weight? Yeah, I know it's just a Flite Streak, but I just can't do. I can't fly crappy looking airplanes. Well, they have plenty of power, that's for sure. That needs to get sanded. I have to wait. Have to wait. Okay, now I just gotta wait for this stuff to dry. I would get, as far as the paint spray gun, get yourself an Iwata Eclipse airbrush bottom loader. Now, you can't take nothing away from Wendy. He has more concourse awards than anybody. But as I've stated, you put enough paint on something, it'll look nice. And he puts the paint on. Yeah, I got probably $200-300 worth of Createx paint that for custom painting cars and shit. Maybe more, maybe 500. And you get a lot of color choice with that. I mean, it goes a long ways. Now this acro green's pretty heavy stuff. Use it sparingly. sand it all off, you know, just leave it to fill the little divot. Where's my polywog? I know I got it out here. I had it this morning. And I got this. You can use this. We can use this. I'd like to know how many guys bought stuff from the Brodak Hobby Shop while we were there at Brodak's, with the prices as ridiculous as they are. $350 for a Nobler kit, $200 for a Flite Streak kit, $18 for a line slider, $45 a gallon for fuel. I paid $33 for a spinner, but it's a Randy clone, and those were $50 back in the day, so $33 is not out of the question. Okay, this is the side that we primed twice. $350. Yeah, I think it's more than that. Let me look real quick. I think it's $380 or something. It's really ridiculous. $100. I bought them when it was $4.95. And Nobler. Nobler. Enter. Nobler Junior Kit 160. Oh, I guess they are only 250 bucks. Only. Let's see. Let's see. What the hell was, I saw one that was 300 something. Let's try control line kits. Now, they were really expensive. Custom laser cutting. What is that? 75 cents a minute. They still got Al's models in here. Let's see here. That's bad. Okay, back. Catalog. Yeah, they're not as bad as I thought. It's $250 for a Nobler. Maybe it was an RC kit I looked at. Yeah, probably so. Green box Nobler, $4.95. I had many of them. They all built heavy. Because back then I didn't know about swapping wood out. Well, I got that fixed. That's good. Something I just couldn't live with. We're not going to get too excited about this finish. It's a one-day finish. We'll be painting tomorrow, one way or another. This turned out like plastic. Good. Wait a minute. So once I get this, all the buggers fixed, I go over and sand all the primer off, and that'll lighten it up a little. I mean, the thing about primer is once you put it on, it keeps melting down into it, so you never can sand it all off. Let's see, we want to fix these little dimples that I put in it. I don't want them dimples there. was going to put aluminum pads on this, but I'm going to put phenolic pads in it. Phenolic. That'll work. Okay. That'll work. We're going to fly this weekend, no matter what. Unless the paint ain't dry. But it should be. I've flown them with wet paint on them before. That looks good. What do we got in? 2 hours already? Yesterday was a pretty hot day, about 100 degrees. I had a can of paint sitting on the front seat. When I took it out of the car, it was like 500 degrees. It was just, it was a good thing it didn't explode. I didn't even think about it. It was hot. Really hot. Well, I went to the paint store yesterday, and the girl who mixes my paint ain't there no more. Now I got to train somebody else. I hope they're as accommodating as she was. I know you guys would like to see more of these profile builds, but I'm just not into it. It's a lot of work. Oh, Cosmic Wind, 388. Yeah. I got a Ringmaster fuselage over there. I could scratch build a Ringmaster wing. We got the Ringmaster going right here. This is something I started in Dayton. I did a lot of stuff in Dayton because I didn't have any room. I don't have any room here now. I built all them Voodoos. I didn't get hurt too bad on them. I sold them. Flew one, crashed it. Realized that I ain't cut out for combat. Not anymore. I never could get into combat because I just couldn't stand building my airplane and then crashing it, tearing them up. Man, I need an electric sander. That's what I invented, a little tiny electric sander. Well, better stop there. It's starting to break through the paper. Okay, so we'll get some 180 on there and get that off of it. It don't want to go. Be careful. Be careful. Okay. There we go. Yep. Okay, now this part. Need some acro green right there. Shit. Yep, you're going to be a builder of airplanes. You're going to be a sander of airplanes. Ah, shit wasn't dry enough. I'll let that dry. Crap. Okay. I mean, it was on pretty thick. I think I'm going to take a break here. We'll go put this in the car. It's probably 95 out right now. So it's about 140 in the car. I'll get all this shit drying. So I can carry on. Yeah, this stuff needs to kick off. All right, I'm going to end the show. I'll be back when this stuff dries. Give it a couple hours. We'll do another stream. Unless you guys want to see me replace head gaskets in my PA airplane, I can do that. Give me a break. I'm going to go downstairs and put this in the car. I'll be back in a minute. We'll put the head gaskets in my airplane, my other airplane. I'm going to put the, I need to make an intermission banner. Okay, Brian, let's do intermission. All right, we're back. It's about 300 degrees in the car. So let's do this. You know what? I need to turn this towel over. And we need to clear these boxes. Let's see. Head shim should be here. Yep. Hopefully I got 65 shims instead of 61s. Now you guys out there can tune your engines just like I'm doing here by adding head shims. And how you determine whether you need to add head shims or not is how much it runs away in the top of the maneuver on any given nitro content. So by lowering the compression, I'm not gonna be able to get it with these. Yeah, shit. They are on there. Yeah, maybe, baby, we got this. Now, this is Torx. There we go. Here we go. That's 332. There we are. Come on. There, yeah. They were on there. So we'll have to do the same. Alrighty, let's see what we got for shim thickness. We got one shim. We got one shim. The shim is 25 thousandths. Let's add 10 thousandths to it. If I got them. Run them if you got them. I think that's a 61. Let's check them out. That's a 75. There we go. That's a 61. What is the thickness of this? 10 thousandths. So no, it's 7. 7. Now we'll just try one extra shim in it. So put 7 in it. I don't want to kill off all the power. I just want to kill off the beep at the head of the loop. You don't want to kill it all off. Looks like it's burning good. So it's a 25, 732. Okay, the mods to this this thing this is a 9/16 outlet now. It was a 5/16, so that's almost half again as big. I mean, that little pipe that was in there was just holding this engine back, something fierce. So I think that's going to do it. I'll take it out and run it here. It's hot out there now and windy. Wow, it's windy. But come July, I got to start practicing, or I have no chance. Of course, I have no chance against some guys that practice all year round anyway. I don't start getting halfway good till the end of the season. So that's going to do it, I guess, for this video. It's going to take a couple hours in the car for that to really. I'm going to dry it out there and cure it really good. But that kind of gives you an overview on some of what engine tuning is. It's still got great compression. I got a 61 and a 65, and we're gonna break out the Supermarine and start putting it back together. Alrighty, if you get any usefulness out of this content, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment at the end of the video. That helps the metrics. And of course, subscribing and becoming a member of the channel really helps out. I guess I can clean off this bench and we can do some plumbing in these tanks and maybe lay up some end caps. There's just so much work to do and not enough time. I got to fulfill my orders for tanks and build enough tanks and landing gear to have 10 sets for the nets, for the worlds or whatever that I could sell. Any questions? If not, we'll end the stream, and I'll be back in a few hours, probably around 3 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support, and we'll see you later. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.